Hello, friends. Today we're going to be introducing the topic of claim testing, and we're going to learn about how we can use claim testing in our historical thinking and analysis. We're also going to be looking at how we can use claim testing in our everyday life all the time. Now, just to reiterate, in this unit, we are going to be looking at this question: how do we know what to believe? And claim testing is really going to be a big component in how we determine what we believe. Okay, so claim testing is one of my favorite things to teach students because it is really one of the most transferable skills you're going to learn in this class. Meaning, you're always going to want to know if someone's lying to you, whether it's your girlfriend or boyfriend, whether it's the news, or it's a politician, or anyone else for that matter, right? You want to know when someone is feeding you a bunch of crap. And using claim testers is the easiest way to check out any statement that someone makes to you to determine if it's truth or if it's a lie. Okay, so to introduce you to our claim testers, we have 4 claim testers that we will take any claim, any statement that someone might make through. We'll take them through these 4 claim testers. And if they pass all 4 claim testers, then we believe typically the piece of information or the claim that is presented to us. So we're going to take a look at what these 4 different claim testers are individually. Now, our first claim tester that we're going to look at today is intuition. And intuition is our gut feeling. So what does that mean? That means when we read something, when we hear a piece of information, and we just get a feeling that that's true or not true. So to look at our little model here over in the corner, if I were to assign this to a part of the body, I would circle his stomach because that's our gut feeling. What is our gut telling you to do? Sometimes when it's really late and I'm walking down a street, I will, maybe choose a more brightly lit street instead of a quiet little alley. Why? Because my intuition, my gut feeling tells me that walking down a brightly lit street feels better. It makes me feel safer than walking down an alleyway that may not be as well lit. All right. A real life example, and I love using this example because it helps all of my students understand what I'm trying to tell you, is when we want to determine if our boyfriend and girlfriend is cheating on us. Okay, so how do I know if they're cheating? Well, usually I get a feeling, right? Something's not quite right. Maybe they're not answering their phone, right? Maybe they're really busy all of a sudden and they weren't so busy before, right? So what are those feelings telling me? And that's why I have this little image over here of our feelings, because intuition can be both a positive thing and a negative weary thing. So when we hear a statement, when we use our intuition, we're thinking of our feelings. How does this feel to us? Now our next claim tester is logic, and logic is our reasoning. And if I were to circle a part of my friend's body over here that is using logic, it would be his brain. Okay? So what is your brain telling you? I liked to use these little images over here of the watermelon, the peach, and the banana because we see these little quizzes all the time. On Instagram and on Facebook, and they're asking you to use your brain to think, right? It's asking you to use some simple mathematic reasoning, but it's all in our brain, right? Does this make sense? Does this logically check out? Another logic thing is like a puzzle. All right. So maybe if I use our example of cheating boyfriend or girlfriend, our intuition is our feeling. Our logic is, well, yeah, maybe I haven't seen them in a week. Or maybe it doesn't check out, and logically that doesn't make sense because I've been around them pretty much all day, every day for the past week. You need a little space, but also that doesn't check out, right? Logically, it doesn't make sense for someone to be cheating on me if I'm spending most of my time with them and they're spending most of their time with me. So logically, we can think about a sentence, a claim, a statement that someone makes, and we can use our gut to tell us how does that feel, and our brain to tell us how does that check out with our thinking. Now, one of the more challenging claim testers that we use is authority. And a lot of times when we think of authority, we think of someone like a police officer or a principal, someone who is like authority over you. What we mean by authority here is we mean an expert, someone who has authority in their field to speak on this topic or this to make this claim. For example, um, we have a picture here of Dr. Fauci, and you may have heard him in the news. He is the leader, the head, the director of the National Institute for Allergy and Infectious Diseases. He is the head honcho expert on how to stop an infectious disease, and he's been doing this for a very long time. So when Dr. Fauci tells us as Americans that we need to wear a mask over our nose and mouth to keep us from transmitting a disease, we listen because he is the authority. He is the expert in the field. All right. Now I'm trying to think of the body part that goes best with this. So I'm going to circle my friend's hands over here. I'm going to circle his hands because if I can hand you my diploma, if I can hand you my certificate that says I'm an expert in this area, then that would make me the authority, right? So we've got intuition is our gut, our stomach. What is our feelings telling us? Logic, does it check out with my brain? Does that make sense? When I think that through, does that make sense? And now we have authority. Who is telling me this information? If we go back to our dramatic saga of boyfriend, girlfriend, cheating scandal over here, authority would be who is telling me this information? Is it someone who I trust? Is it someone that I believe? Is it someone who is going to have that information readily available to them? If this is your girlfriend or your boyfriend's best friend telling you, hey, they're cheating on you, maybe you would believe that over someone who doesn't know your girlfriend or your boyfriend, or someone who maybe doesn't like your boyfriend and girlfriend, or is out to get them, right? But authority is an expert in the field and someone that we should be able to trust because they have some sort of expertise in this area. Now, our last claim tester could arguably be our easiest one. When we look at evidence as a claim tester, this is the proof. All right? This is the charts, the data, the numbers. It also, in my opinion, is something that we see, right? If you're giving me proof, I can see it. So when I think about my friend over here, I'm circling his eyes, right? Our intuition goes to our gut, those feelings. Our logic goes to our brain. Does that check out with our reasoning? Our evidence, our authority is, who is telling us this information? Are they a reliable source? And our evidence is, can I see the proof? Can I actually put my eyes on something that proves that what you're telling me is true? So A really wonderful example of this, when we go back to our cheating example of the relationship that's gone awry here in class, um, is screenshots, right? I love when someone starts taking out their phone and showing some screenshots. All right? That means that you have proof of something, right? That could also be, in a murder mystery, a murder weapon. There's fingerprints. Those are all evidence, right? The proof that what you're saying is true. Okay? So evidence is arguably the most important claim tester, but it's not the only one we need to paint a full picture and to really check out a claim that someone is making. Now that we've gone over what the claim testers are, when you go into Google Classroom and complete the assignment for today, you're going to see that we have a PowerPoint or a slides deck ready for you. Each of you have your own, and the claim you're going to be testing is the claim that there is one true history, that there is a one single narrative or true history that has existed and that does exist. Now, around the sides of your slide, you'll see little text boxes with sentences in them. I've moved two of them onto the slide for us to do together as an example of what I want you to do. But you're going to read the text box, you're going to read the sentence, and you're going to place it under the claim tester that it fits with the best. And I've given you some little graphics and also some questions to consider while you're reading these sentences. So the first one we're going to look at is this one right here. It says, "This feels right that there is one true history. This feels right because history is objective. It tells of things that happen without bias or emotion." Now, the key for me, what gave it away for me, is this feels right sentence right here. This right here, right? When they say this feels right, that tells me they're using their intuition. Okay? It even has what's your gut feeling right there in the question. So I know that this is an intuition statement. Whether you agree with it or not, irrelevant. What I want you to do is put it where it belongs on the PowerPoint slide or on the slide deck slide. When we look at our next one over here, okay, we have the statement, "Teachers wouldn't teach us things that aren't factual." I've gone to school for a very long time to teach you world history, much like Miss Hope has gone to school for a long time to teach you biology, and Miss English has gone to school for a long time to teach you English. That was funny, that rhymed, or I guess it was the same name. Either way, the key here, the key word here is teachers, okay? I see teachers as an authority. I am an expert in my field, like Miss English is an expert in her field, and Miss Hope is an expert in her field, right? We are teachers, so we have authority. So I put that box right there under authority. Now what you're going to do after we wrap up this video is you're going to go in and you are going to move the other text boxes. There's lots of them placed around the slide, and you're going to move them to where they belong on this chart. You're going to then turn in this assignment, and I will be able to see how you did matching up the statements with the claim testers that it falls with. And as always, if you have questions or concerns or you're confused, please, 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 please reach out to me on Remind. Come to office hours. We are here to help you. We are here to work together. If you need help, please come to office hours and or reach out to us on Remind.